I'm picking up something on the satellite. Give me a sec, I'm gonna tune it. Sir, I'm having a little interference. I'm checking it out right now. Hold on. I think we found him. Here we go.
You are listening to Wide Range Media Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Wide Range Media. This is episode 52 for the live gentlemen. We just hit our 52 episodes. This is the first time I'm with you guys for over a week, right? As a whole, through the whole podcast.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad you're back.
But anyway, you can follow us at Wide Range Media Productions.com, or you can follow us at Twitter at Wide Range Media, or on YouTube on Wide Range Media, Instagram Wide Range Media. And now let's get into announcements.
This week on announcements.
You know, it's funny. Before
I'm Pablo, by the way.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's Ralph right there. Hey, Ralph, how are you?
From Strange Planet. Hi.
It's been a while, but my bad. Yes, I'm Alex Figueroa, and these are my two co-hosts. But yes, announcements, Ralph, you had something to announce.
Guys and gals out there, I've just started writing some articles for a website, and the name of the website is called WeWantInsanity.com. Check it out. It's actually initially it started out as a wrestling website where you want to get all the ins and outs of the wrestling business and all the different factions of wrestling worldwide. However, my friend Matt, who hooked me up to this, told me they were gonna start changing things a bit and start implementing movies and things of pop culture, movies, TV, things like that. So I started last week with an article about Star Wars, and I just submitted my article for Black Panther, my review, which I'm going to talk about anyway tonight. But check it out. WeWantInsanity.com. It's a really cool website. Check it out when you get a chance.
All right. Also, we're gonna update some of the web on the website. We're gonna update some stuff like audio because it's been backlogged, and I gotta get it all the way up to current. But other than that, probably got any update?
No.
All right. So let's get into discussion at the movie.
This week on Discussions at the Movies.
All right, so this week, discussions at the movies. I got few topics I wanted to talk about and bring up with you guys. So We all know Jurassic Park is coming out on June 22nd, Fallen Kingdom. Right now, they just announced Jurassic Park 3 on...
Jurassic World?
No, Jurassic World 3, yeah. Jurassic World 3 is coming out on 2021 release date with a female co-writer.
So?
I don't know. That's the big thing now. Like, that's
what do you mean female co-writer? I don't understand how's that a big
thing? They haven't been writing before? I thought that...
Well, no, the whole thing was, I remember the same thing happened on X-Files, that Gillian Anderson voiced her opinion saying that there's no women writers in the writing room, and they did that. But now there's a female co-writer.
That sucks. I mean, it sucks that has to be a thing. It should be a given, or it should be, men and women are writing stories for Hollywood. Like that shouldn't be news. That shouldn't be. Hey, guess what?
That's
women is writing a movie. What? Like
whoa. Wow, a woman's right. Oh snap! No.
No, I understand what you guys are saying, but if you look at all the big movies that are being written, I haven't seen a female writer that wrote big movies. It's all male driven, and I guess this is a big thing because I guess a woman haven't helmed Jurassic Park.
Maybe a blockbuster, but a lot of good indie films are written and directed by women.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in terms of the big budget summer blockbuster, you don't see female writers.
That sucks. That's terrible. I mean, I hope that changes. And not only I hope it changes, but I hope it just becomes the norm that we don't have to question it, or it's like, oh, it was directed by it was written by a female. No, that shouldn't be. It should be written by I don't know.
Well, this is what the quote This is what Disney put out in terms of quote. It says
Why Disney is Jurassic World. Isn't that Universal?
I mean Universal. I'm sorry. It says the important to this franchise that we welcome new creative voices to keep our storytelling fresh and alive. I am thrilled with the tension and beauty of J.A. has brought to the Fallen Kingdom, and I know Emily will add another layer of emotion to the concluding chapter of our trilogy. So,
how about creativity? Because Jurassic World Fallen movie is not working.
Well, Fallen Kingdom.
No, Fallen movie. Because it looks like it. It looks like a Fallen movie. It looks like a movie that doesn't really work. And I'm just going based on the trailer, which is kind of maybe unfair because trailers can be a bit deceptive on both ends.
Well, the plot of the movie that they gave you from the trailer is not as bad. It's just the problem is that we saw that already with the other 3 trilogies.
That's my point.
Yeah, but in terms of what they did was like, okay, we have more money. Let's just make this into a bigger expansion of storytelling. I mean, I have no problems with it. I just thought they're going to go in a different route with this movie, but they didn't. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me with that. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 may start filming in early 2019.
That's a bit far off.
They just revealed that. I'm not too thrilled.
I was just gonna say, do we really need a Guardians?
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with the Guardians 2. 1, I thought it was cool, but 2 was so boring.
We're gonna see them this summer.
Yeah, you're gonna see them in the Avengers movie. So, I mean, am I going yay? Nah, I'm good. I'm like, eh. But in DC news,
oh boy, here we go.
Early testing for Aquaman has been revealed, and
he drowned. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
This is coming from BatmanNews.com. Okay. I don't know who Batman News is
because you know how reliable BatmanNews.com is.
I mean, we all know how Batman is reliable in Gotham City, but I don't know how he is in the real world. So it says so far 2 different sources tell me they loved Aquaman.
They have sources.
There's tons of action, but there's very emotional movie as well. It's an emotional movie as well.
Who's their sources?
Batman. Oh no, Alfred.
And the commissioner.
No, it's Gordon. No, but
they got a Aquaman signal in the water. It's a fish.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. Disney's gonna try to do. They're gonna try to do so much to get these people into the theater to watch Aquaman. I said DC.
Oh, DC.
Try to get people into the theater. After the Justice League debacle, Suicide Squad debacle, Batman v Superman debacle. The only 2 decent ones is the Man of Steel, which I still think is a good movie, and Wonder Woman. Other than that, everything else continued on. It was so bad. I don't think this movie's going to do as well. But we don't know. But Batman News said that it's a good movie. Look, the only thing I'm giving it is James Wan. That's all I'm giving it.
You are 100% correct on that one.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that you can hang your hat on.
Because if it was another Joe Smo, I would have said, I'll wait for it. Like, I'm not going to go to the theater. But since it's James Wan and he took those horror franchises to another level, I give him a plus on that one. So
here's the thing. Think about this for 1 second, right?
Yeah.
The DCEU.
Yep.
Right. We're getting an Aquaman solo movie.
Yep.
Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
We still have not gotten a Batman solo movie.
Well, yes, that's true. But there's a lot of reasons why you're not getting a Batman solo movie. And
like someone in the DCEU said, hey, I think we need an Aquaman solo movie.
Well, no, what happened is Ben Affleck wrote the movie. I bet he had all the storyboards already done. And then someone in DC started to mess with him, started to say, we don't like this direction because of the whole backlash of Superman and Batman. And then was like, you should change this, you should change that. So then he said, you know what? I don't want to write the movie no more. I mean, I don't want to direct. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, I'll stay as writing. Then more backlash. I don't want to write no more. And then Justice League came out, and then he said, I don't want to be Batman. I'll be Batman when I want to be Batman. Like, because that's the only thing that's holding up the solo movie is that Ben Affleck still hasn't figured out if he's going to do it or not.
Yeah.
And to me, I think he should just walk away from this DCEU because it's a debacle. And it sucks for me because I think he was the best Batman on screen, but it is like his time is up because he gave up, I think they said like 6 years of his life or 4 years or 5 or something to film. And they destroyed it. The only one that has hope I have is Henry Cavill as Superman. Because other than that, I'm not too thrilled with Wonder Woman and The Flash. I could care less as the other people. So the only one I'm really like, I hope they don't destroy is Henry Cavill because he's super young, super fit. You could tell more stories with that guy. I don't know what you guys think on that.
Ralph?
It's hard to think of it because it's not a very. I don't like the direction that the DC movies are going. I don't know. I'm like, where are you going with this? Like, I feel like there's no goal. It's goalless. You're just all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, they're all over the place, and so that's the only real thought I have about it. Like Marvel, it's like we have a goal here. I see it. Everything is converging. A lot of people look at Infinity War as a converging of everything that started back in 2008. Really? Like it's like all paths lead to Rome, that kind of thing.
Well, Kevin Feige did say when they started Marvel Studios, that's where it was leading. But in terms of DC, Man of Steel was the catapult, regardless if you hated it or like it, it was the catapult to tell more stories. And even if you would have had Ben Affleck coming out at the end of Man of Steel, or you could have showed a little bit of Dark Side or something, or a Steppenwolf, if you want to say, or the Mother Box landing somewhere. God don't care what it is, but yeah, there was no direction of Superman. It felt Superman was just a solo movie. It didn't feel like a continuation of the story until Batman v Superman came out.
Yes.
And that's where everything started to fall together because the Justice League was I mean, look, I'm just gonna say this now.
We've been lamenting too much about DC right now.
Justice League, I gave it 10 minutes. And it was god awful from beginning to
because it came out on video.
Yeah, it came out on digital this last week. I put it on thinking maybe this could be good. The first Batman segment was god awful. It was really bad. It was really bad. And then the minute it got to the Wonder Woman, I was like, I gotta stop this because I can't give this any more of my time. It was just so bad. But anyway. Let's get to the Black Panther because there's a lot of news of Black Panther. Okay.
What are we doing right now? We gonna talk about news, or are we gonna?
No. This is Black Panther news. Panther news. Black Panther was first originally an origin story, not connecting to Avengers, nothing to the universe.
Right.
So one of the producers, Nate Moore, revealed that Marvel started developing the movie in 2010 with screenwriter Joe Robert Cole. But it wasn't until Civil War came around that they finally cracked the code on how to finally bring T'Challa into the MCU.
T'Challa.
Yeah, T'Challa. But it says here, I've been working on Black Panther since I got to Marvel. So in 2010, we started developing a standalone movie. And with a very talented writer, Cole, and we soon found ourselves falling into the pitfalls of an origin story movie, and that sort of familiar structure that just wasn't as exciting as we wanted it to be. Mind you, this is a guy working together with another writer, and they both saw, okay, this is not going to work out. Where DC would have continued writing this trash, but.
They're just like DC's like this. Oh, let's dish out another one. Okay, let's write. Here.
Yeah,
let's go there. They're not like when you bake a cake, right?
It's delicious.
But you know why it's delicious, Pablo? Because it is made with love.
And vibranium.
And vibranium.
So when you do not give a movie or a picture idea love, if you don't put your love into it.
Ooh, what kind of podcast is
yeah,
this?
I don't know what you're talking
minute.
about.
My kids are listening.
Too much love, Ralph.
But you see the analogy I'm forming.
Yes.
Yes. Of love.
There's no love. There's no love in DC, man. No love.
No. So then he goes, so we put together, so we put it on the shelf. The movie, they put it on the shelf for a while. And it wasn't until we were developing Captain America Civil War that we saw an opportunity to introduce the character in a different way that both served that movie very well and would be a great launching pad for the character, and allowing us to do a film that could skip all the original story pitfalls and just tell a cool story, which they did. They exactly did that. They exactly did that. And that's pretty cool that they shelved their idea and said, you know what? They got the idea while developing another movie. Now, oh, wow. Jose said it's like 50 Shades of Grey Ralph.
Dude, I don't even want to go there with that garbage. Oh my God. Yeah, that was bad.
He said you gotta make it with love, vibranium, what kind of love?
50 Shades of
No, but yeah, I mean, those are cool, right? I mean, those are good screenwriters. If they could shelve their project because they felt like they didn't want to fall in the same storytelling like every other superhero story. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot because that tells you a lot about those writers. But yeah, I mean, Black Panther came out. I don't know if you guys want to go into your reviews now on it.
Well, you guys kind of talked about it already. That just got posted a little while ago when you guys saw it. I saw it on Sunday, and I came back with a wow. I immediately made a video for it for Strange Planet NYC, and I wrote an article for WeWantInsanity.com. And basically, the point I wanted to make about Black Panther was that I enjoyed the fact that not only did I get a chance to know this character, but that this place, this Wakanda, right, which I wish it really existed in real life. I would have wanted to go. There was no compromise between the whole sci-fi superhero element and the cultural element. This movie harmonized it well. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually something is given up. You know? So that was the thing that drew me to this film and made me absolutely love this movie. I want to see it again and again because it just gave me this, like, it moved me. It gave me this sense of, wow, this situation here where the bad guy here, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to say anything. The bad guy here, and you got Black Panther over here and his people, and then you got the bad guy's people and what they want, and how it's all centered on this whole thing about, it's based on fear of being united with everyone else. There is a sense of fear for unity, but that's the challenge, to overcome that so that you could become, so you can make the world a better place. I know that sounds a little cliche, but that's really what you come away with this film, in action-packed special effects awesomeness that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been able to portray. So.
Yeah, I mean, this movie, what does well, I mean, if you guys want my spoiler or non-spoiler, just watch episode 51. Me and Pablo did it right after we saw the premiere on Friday. Mm-hmm. But one thing I did get from this movie is great character development. And that's something that a lot of movies don't do well, is develop the main character, the villain, even the supporting characters around. This movie gave it to you, regardless if Black Panther came from Civil War. They give you a more in-depth look on Black Panther while developing everybody else around him and then the world around. Right. And I like that because it was like I felt like it was a layer. It was a layer of storytelling. It was just like, okay, the world, the technology, the characters, villain, hero, and how can that work? And I thought everything worked so well in that writing process. And I thought that was so good, and that's why I think this is, to me, the second best Marvel movie behind in front of Winter Soldier. I mean, if they didn't have Winter Soldier, I would have put Black Panther ahead of everybody. I just the only reason why I like Winter Soldier more than Black Panther is because I like that spyish, and it was a good story of, you know, deception throughout the years of Marvel with Hydra in the background.
And this one had hints of
it had a lot of
like
spies.
James Bond. There was a lot of James Bond similarity too, which is cool.
Yeah, I love that a lot, and that's why this is, to me, the second best Marvel movie. I mean, I could say it's a tie for first. If you want to be honest, I could say it's a tie for first of Marvel movies: Black Panther and Winter Soldier. For me,
awesome.
Pablo.
Yeah, I would like to. I will probably have to see it a few more times.
Mhm.
But I agree with you. This movie was wonderful. What I really enjoyed was that we got a really good detailed villain, and really what made the villain work was that you could agree with his motivation. Obviously, you don't agree with his mythology and how he went about it, how he carried it out, but you can pretty much understand his motivation and why he was doing the things that he was doing. And so there was so much depth into that villain. The dialogue was really deep and well written. The humor was perfect. It was sprinkled throughout the movie, but it knew when to be serious, and they didn't ruin it with a joke,
corny joke.
They knew. So the movie knew what it was. It was political, but it wasn't preachy, and I like that because they were dealing with it, not them telling you, okay, you know, you should believe this, this, and this. You know, they believed it, and they were going through it, and they were struggling through it. So they weren't preaching to us; they just showed it,
right.
and that was really good. I enjoy that too. So again, so many layers. The action, which is one of the criticism that a lot of people have with the movie, I had no problem with it because we have so many action-packed movies, Marvel movies, that I really enjoyed that the story developed. And then when the action hit, it hit well because that scene, the first chase scene, well, actually, I think it's the second chase scene, the scene in South Korea. That set piece was
the car scene.
The car chase.
The car chase, because there's another one in early on.
Yeah,
but that one, that's like a major set piece, and the backdrop of South Korea looked gorgeous. I mean, it reminded me of, like, it looked a lot like Times Square with the neon lights and everything was bright. It looked great. The backdrop was great. The action was great. The car chase was great. The special effects was great. So, and then you had the other big set piece at the end, which was a little more traditional, like the traditional big battle at the end kind of thing.
Yeah, like a medieval times fight. Like
yeah.
I see what you mean.
So it did have some cool things in it, but it's, for the most part, it was like a generic kind of big battle at the end, which was okay. I didn't mind it so much, but that car chase was really good. I thought it was excellent.
You know, it's funny that you said the villain was very well dialogued. Another villain in Marvel where it was the same type of character was Michael Keaton in Spider-Man: Homecoming. You felt for him because they fired him from doing the steel work, and he was just like, you know what? We're gonna take this technology and we're gonna start robbing. Like you felt for the guy. You're like, oh, okay. Like you didn't care. You're like, yeah. And I honestly think that those two are, thinking back now, those two are the strongest two characters in the Marvel universe in terms of actor and story, and creating. Michael B. Jordan was a little higher because he was more dramatic role. But Michael Keaton nailed it out the park. I mean, when he was serious, he was serious. When he was funny. But it was a Spider-Man movie, which is more colorful. Yeah. But yeah, and then in terms of like you said, the driving scene, it does feel like a 007 movie. And if I thought about it back, it reminded me of Spectre when 007 is in the organization a Spectre. He was inside, and then when they figured him out, everyone chased him, and he got into the Aston Martin, and they booked it, and everyone was chasing him through I don't know if it was London or Istanbul, and it was the same type of car chase scene. And I love those things. I always think those things are cool, going 180 miles per hour in a tight corner. Like, I love those stuff. Even in Mission Impossible, they do that, going down the stairs with the cars. Like, I love all that stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. Ryan Coogler hit it out the park with this movie. I mean, I just hope if he does come back for the second movie, don't listen to nobody, no critics saying that there's no action. Do what you got to do.
Oh yeah. If he comes back for the sequel, you know he's gonna have much more.
Cool.
He's gonna be, dude, I just gave you a 200 million opening weekend movie in February,
and I'm about to make you $1 billion by March. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna walk in there with the Wakanda scarf. He's gonna be like, "Bam, where's my vibranium?" No, but
if you guys haven't seen his first movie,
Fruitvale
Station, go see it. It's a great movie, and Michael B. Jordan's in it. So
you want to hear something crazy? Age 27, Fruitvale Station. Age 29, Creed. Age 31, Black Panther.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Some people climb fast. Once their foot is in, you can go.
But the thing is, if you look at those three movies, he's distinguished as a director-writer because he wrote Fruitvale Station and directed it. He wrote Creed and directed it. And then he wrote, co-wrote Black Panther and directed it. So it's that he knows the knowledge of storytelling in drama. And that's why Black Panther works so well with him, because he knows how to develop a dramatic movie. Now, you're not taking this guy from, I don't know, like Star Wars did. They took two comedians and wanted to make a serious Han Solo movie. It didn't work, and they fired him. This is why Marvel is succeeding. They know what they want with their characters, and they get directors that could fit. And if it fits, then they take the role. And I hope Ryan Coogler takes the challenge and go for a sequel, because I think you haven't seen, besides the Russo brothers, a director that takes on another sequel of a movie. So I hope he does it. And that's just me. I just like stories like that the guy is really young, successful, and I think that I always thought that was pretty cool. And he's a fan of the movies and stuff. Not no like 80-year-old guy that's like, I'm doing it for a paycheck. Like, yeah, like you got those grumpy like Ridley Scott, who's like, I'm never gonna do a superhero movie. Like, you don't have to. No one asked you to do it. Like, you have a career already, bro. Like, you don't need it. But I think that's cool, and I think that's great. In terms of the money, let's get to the money.
Yeah, let's talk the money.
Let's talk the money. On Thursday, 25 million, breaking the record of Thursday night previews. Midnight releases. On Thursday, it made on Friday, it made $75 million domestically. On Saturday, it went up by it went up to 65 million, which is a total of 141 million. By Sunday, it was another 60 million, went up to 202 million, breaking the record for a weekend in February, right, Pablo? You said?
Yes.
By Monday, it made an additional 40 million. It went up to 242. On Tuesday, made 20 million, which kids go back to school. It's not like it's declining. Kids go to school. And it's up to 263. And then in terms of worldwide, that's domestic. Worldwide is at 199. And that's going to climb by next week. So you're looking at 462 within 4 days of Black Panther, bro.
It's $500 million.
$500 million
in a week and a half.
Dang.
So I give Ryan Coogler and Marvel Studios and Disney, I give them a lot of respect, man.
Disney is like
not even Disney. I just
printing money.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Marvel is just a printing machine.
They could write
you need
off
$1 billion. Yeah, let's release a new movie.
Yeah, I tell you right now, they're gonna write off A Wrinkle in Time and Ant-Man and Wasp.
I'm really rooting for A Wrinkle in Time.
Really?
Really? Yeah, because it's a female director. She's the one who did Selma, and originally she was going to do Black Panther, but then Ryan Coogler took over, and they're really good friends, and they were both editing like across the hall from each other. He was editing Black Panther, she was editing A Wrinkle in Time. So they're really close friends, and just for all that alone, I'm really rooting for A Wrinkle in Time, and I hope it does well. You know, like it's a success.
I think she went into his editing room and went, "Wow, this movie looks better." She was like, "Man, that story is 10 times better than this."
I think she was nominated for Best Director for Selma.
Oh, maybe. No, but I'm just saying A Wrinkle in Time. I mean, I saw the trailer during the Black Panther.
It looks good.
And
it looks decent. I mean,
no, it looks decent, but I'm not into those like Disney type movies, like enter the realm of a warping mind. Like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Like, that's gonna not do good. I don't think it's gonna do well. Unless you read the book, I could say, okay, you go read the book, like 50 Shades of Grey, you go and see it. But I don't know if you're like, hey kids, you want to go see Wrinkle in Time? Because they're gonna go.
Oh God! For a split second, I thought you were gonna say, "Hey kids, you want to go see 50 Shades of Grey?"
No, man. They're gonna be like, oh, Dad, I want to go see Black Panther. Son,
no, you must see 50 Shades.
You sure you don't want to see Oprah Winfrey? No, I want to see Black Panther. No, but yeah, I mean, in terms of that, I mean, that's the only thing that came out this week. Like, Peter Rabbit only made $1 million. 50 Shades
about
made
Peter
$1 million. Huh?
Peter Rabbit?
It's a book.
I know, but
it's a book. That's the same thing I said. I think Pablo's going to defend it, but he didn't.
Pablo's going to be like, wait a minute. Peter Rabbit?
No, not Peter Rabbit. Not Peter Rabbit.
Not me.
All right, so let's get to what we watched.
Okay? What we've been watching, yes.
What we've been watching.
All right. Ralph, why don't you start it off? Because I know you have a couple of things.
I have a few things. All right. So yesterday, I watched this movie on Netflix. I don't think it's a Netflix movie, but I saw it. That's where I saw it.
Okay.
And it was a horror film, and it's called The Vault, right? And basically what this story is about, you know, in a few sentences, is it's a bank robber movie. You know those bank robber movies where bank robbers anyway,
where they freeze?
I caught myself there. I caught myself. I sounded like whatever. So they rob a bank, and as they're doing it,
heist movie.
It's a heist movie, and what in a heist movie turns in. But what happens is the heist movie turns into a horror movie because they find out that there's another vault underneath the bank that hasn't been open in like 30 years. So they try to, and apparently something bad happened down there. And there's a reason why it's been closed up. And they know there's a lot of money in there, so they try to rip it open. And when they do, they let something out.
Oh, that sounds like a cool premise.
It was and guess who's in it? James Franco. I was like, that's James Franco.
He needs the money.
Hey, I'm like, you know. So it's a check it out. The Vault. It's called. It's on Netflix. It's really cool. Now.
Okay.
Another movie I would not recommend
is
a movie I pained myself to watch called The Ritual, which was also on Netflix. It was. It wasn't.
That's a Netflix movie.
It is?
Yes, that's a Netflix movie.
Well, guess what? It didn't work because it's about these group of friends suffering the loss of one of their own. They go out to hike in the mountain somewhere.
Because that's where he wanted to go.
Right. And what happened? You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what happened was,
It sounded disappointed.
Yeah, you're like, wow.
Did you see it? Oh,
no. It's more like you have my sympathy, dude. You have my condolences that you wasted a couple hours on this flick.
Yeah, how dare you watch the same movie?
It wasn't very good. It was very cliched. It had
potential.
It had potential, but the potential never made it. And what happened was that it didn't blend well. It ended bad poorly in my opinion. The ending makes all the difference in something, and it sure did here. And I was not happy with it. But it's a horror movie. They go out into the woods, and it's kind of like a Blair Witch Project kind of thing, except minus the found footage. Right. So it's kind of like Blair Witchy, without the uniqueness of the original Blair Witch. It was too cliched.
I will say one thing though, just to give it a little
positive.
Yeah, maybe it's small. Okay. Because
what is it?
The monster, the reveal. Because I think the monster looked cool. It was original. And it looked I thought that actually had a different, like, how many movies you're waiting for the reveal and they tease it, and then finally at the end and then you kind of disappointed, like, really, that's it? I was hoping for something, but no, this one the monster looked pretty cool. It looked original. So that's it. That's the only thing I would give it. Other than that, you're right. The movie falls apart even by the second act. You start to see that the movie begins to have major problems, and then the third act is like, those runners who are like, they think they're gonna win, and then they like just fall, and then they just can't finish it, and they're like, screw this. That's how the movie felt. I was like, oh my goodness. So I don't recommend it either.
All right. The next thing I saw, it was another Netflix movie called Cloverfield Paradox. Guys, did you see this yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Here's the deal, right? This movie wasn't that great. It was all right. Okay. But it was watchable, and I even saw it twice. So it wasn't so bad, but it had to grow on me a little bit. However, it does, and let me give you the setting. It's a space station in Earth orbit, like one of those international space stations with people in it going around Earth orbit. And they're experimenting with a device that would help resolve the energy crisis that is overcoming the Earth. So like we're losing our energy resources, basically. And by doing this, that device opens up something like a break in the space-time continuum. Boom. As a result,
there's time travel. There's time travel.
Is there time travel?
Yeah.
No. Okay. It's more like think about it. It was produced by J.J. Abrams.
No, not pass.
Think of so yeah. So if you think so now what I like about this is that it kind of helped. I like the ending was kind of funny. I didn't like it too much. Made me go, what, really? But at the same time, I said, okay, I get it. It's connected to the original Cloverfield movie that came out in 2008, right? And even and then what I decided to do was I rewatched 10 Cloverfield Lane, the one with John Goodman that came out a few years ago. And I realized that, okay, these three films are interconnected. They really are. There's something happening here within these films that connect all of them, and it's all happening in the same time in the same universe. And when you go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, so that's the thing I appreciated about Cloverfield Paradox. Like it's starting to finally gel the other two films, because when I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, I was like, is this still part of the same Cloverfield experience, or is it just coincidentally the same name? But this movie convinced me that I was wrong. That these three films are connected. They are really.
Oh, what happened? We
Hello?
lost Ralph?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, in terms of Cloverfield,
maybe Cloverfield took him.
Yeah, he did.
He was talking smack about it.
There you go.
What happened?
Oh, it cut off. It cut off.
Yeah, you got cut up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We missed the last part.
Yeah, where you said Cloverfield sucked.
No, I didn't say that.
We thought they took you away.
Yeah, it opened a paradox to your room.
Like I got sucked into another dimension right here.
No, but in terms of the Cloverfield, I only watched the first one. I wasn't too big with it. The first movie, I wasn't too through with the finding footage. It got me nauseous in certain parts. And then the John Goodman one
that happened to me too.
Yeah, the John Goodman movie, I just didn't see anything to go, oh, I want to see it. So, and then when I saw this one, it reminded me of Life with Ryan Reynolds, that they in the space station to look for life. And then even Geostorm was the same thing. They in a space station to test whatever for weather patterns. And then all of a sudden they figured out what thing that by a mistake, they figured out how to stop tornadoes and hurricanes from destroying everybody. So it's kind of the same premise. It's just different. J.J. Abrams style. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. When I saw the trailer, I was like, you paid $50 million to put this on Netflix? I was like, ugh. I would have shelved it. I shelved it. But I don't know, Pablo. What do you think of it?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. So I'm just...
and it's not because I couldn't watch it, but because I've heard so many mixed reviews, and I did like the second one, but I didn't feel like the second one was part of the whole franchise enough that I wanted to see this one for a continuation of the franchise. I absolutely loved Cloverfield, the first one.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big fan of the first one. I know there's people who didn't like it. That's fine. I really loved it, and I would have liked to have seen more of that. One of the things that was floating around there about a possible sequel was, and I thought the idea, the concept was awesome, and it would have been cool, was that they were going to do the sequel the same night, the same thing, but through the point of view of the firefighters and the first responders.
Oh, that would have been nice.
So it would have been essentially the same movie, but different, because you see it from a different point of view.
That would be amazing.
Right? And I was like, you know what? That I would love to have seen that. But no, they completely went to. I mean, if you look, you mentioned Cloverfield Lane. It's, I mean, for the most part of the movie, you're sitting there, and it's like, no, this has nothing to do with Cloverfield. So yeah, and then when I found out this one was out of space, I kind of got that whole Aliens vibe that Ridley Scott did with
Alien Covenant,
no, even the one Prometheus.
Oh, Prometheus.
It's aliens, but not really. And so I was like, no,
no, it's kind of different though. It's not like that.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is that it felt like
a different movie
franchise, but it's a completely different movie. Yeah. I kind of wanted to see a continuation of it. That's my take on this.
Well, I think the only reason I feel that they didn't go with the firefighters angle is because it'll be the same thing as 9/11, when the guy had the camera from 9/11 running into the buildings, and you saw the disaster that happened during that time. Right. So a lot of people would have not went to see it if they lost family members on that. And especially it takes place in New York, and then buildings are falling on firefighters. Imagine that. Like, I don't think that would have. I don't know if Hollywood would have. I don't know. A lot of people would have.
Well, that's a thought to consider. I liked the idea that Pablo was going. I had a similar idea that if they were to keep making these, it would be from the point of view of somebody holding another camera somewhere else in the city, another group of people, another situation.
Yeah, like that would have been more. That would have been better instead of the firefighter angle, because that would have looked totally
Like I was thinking some people hanging out at Hunts Point in the Bronx, and all of a sudden they see it in the distance, and mira que eso, you know. And then the monster comes over to the Bronx.
Yeah,
El Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. No, but
Cloverfield.
So is that everything you saw, Ralph?
I've been watching This Is Us on Channel 4 with my family. And that joint makes everybody cry. So that's all I got to say about that. Let's move on.
Okay. Good point. Good point. I'll just edit it from there. Pablo.
It's a good series, but you know.
All right. What I've been watching. Continuing with my quest of trying to see all the movies that have been nominated for Best Picture this year. I got to see 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. At the last episode, I reviewed The Post, and this is another movie that's nominated for Best Picture. It was directed by Martin McDonagh, and it stars Frances McDormand, who is an amazing actor. She's
actress.
Well, I mean, now
they call
actor. Yes, she's amazing. This also stars Sam Rockwell, which amazingly he was excellent. He was in Iron Man 2, and I hated his character in Iron Man 2.
Really? I thought he was funny.
Yeah, I did not like, but he was really good in this one. Woody Harrelson is in it also, and I'm telling you, anything Woody Harrelson does, it's amazing. That the guy can read a phone book and I'll watch it. And also Peter Dinklage is in it.
Okay.
So it's a great cast, and it's an amazing movie. It's really, really good. I'm sure everyone knows what the story is about. It's about a mother who loses a child, and the town really doesn't do anything about it. So she rents out these billboards, calling out the cops on why they're not, investigating this crime. And it creates a divide among the town because it's a small town. And you get to see her point of view. And at first you root for her, but then she makes some decisions throughout the movie that you maybe might take the other side. So this is a conflict there, and that's what a great movie does when you start to question the motives of the lead actors. So it's what I could. So of all the movies I've seen so far that are nominated for Best Picture, I'm still rooting for Get Out. I still think that is still the best picture so far. The next one that I'm going to see.
Really?
Yeah, of all the of all the hold on, let me get the list of I didn't see them all yet. Best Picture nominations 20 Oscars. Let's just do that. Let's see. Okay, so we have The Post, which I saw. Lady Bird, I haven't seen that yet. Get Out, which right now it's in the running for my favorite. Dunkirk, and we talked about Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Darkest Hour, I haven't seen that one yet. The Shape of Water, which is the one I'm going to see next. That's the next one I'm going to see. 3 Billboards, which I saw. Phantom Thread, I haven't seen, and Call Me by Your Name, which I haven't seen. So anyway, will I be able to get to see all of them before the Oscars? Probably not. But I'm gonna try to see as many as I can. So anyway, so that's my review of 3 Billboards. It's actually funny thing. It came out on video the day I went to see it in the movie theater.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was so tight. I was like, really?
That was funny.
And on a quick side, so I went out on a Tuesday night, right? And this movie's already been out for a while, so the theater was pretty much empty. You had a few people scattered here and there, right? So you had this couple sitting in front of us, right? An elderly couple, 2 ladies, right? And this type of movie attracts a more mature audience, right? It's not like kids showing up to see Black Panther. This is it was a Tuesday night. You had a mature audience, right? So I'm feeling comfortable. I have a nice seat. I'm feeling comfortable watching this movie. And I've noticed that right before the movie starts, one of them is on their phone. So I'm like, all right, maybe they're trying to turn it off. The movie started. She's still on her phone, right? She's on her phone like the first few minutes into the movie. And then she turns off her phone, puts it away. Fine. Midway through the movie, her phone rings. She answers it. Not only does she answer it, she starts to have a conversation.
Did you say anything?
I mean,
I would have shut that down like Negan. I would have shut that down. Like, yo,
I would have been like this. Hold up. I would have been like this joint right here.
What?
I would have like, miss. Shut it down.
Wait, you gotta do the standing cock back thing that Negan does when he talks, right? He's like, well, he always does that.
Oh yeah, he does this joint. He'd be like, hey.
There you go.
Nah, I would have shut that down.
So, and then towards the end of the movie, the person that she was with, she takes her phone and she goes on Facebook. And it didn't ruin, but I'm like, this is why I go to Alamo. Alamo wasn't showing this movie, but this is the reason why I go to Alamo. And from now on, I'm going to try to go Alamo, every time I get, because that Alamo don't play, and they.
No, he would have been like, Alex, what's that soundbite you got? Finish it.
Yeah, I would have screamed out.
Finish it. That's what would have happened.
Yeah, that's what I would have been. Oh, I would have, hell no, that would have never happened with me.
So it's just mind-boggling that you have this mature movie with a mature audience, and people are on the phone. Like, just if it's important, I get it, but just walk out and just.
Some people are addicted to this, Pablo. Some people are addicted to this.
I don't get it. I mean, you're paying $15 to see a movie.
On this joint.
Yeah, incredible. I was so upset. And this is the reason why people would rather stay home and watch it. I mean, I was enjoying it. I like sitting in the big theater and with the sound system and just really taking it in, especially when you're watching a good movie. And it was a good movie. I was into it. And then that just completely takes you out of the movie. I was so upset.
I would have took her out the movie. All right, listen, lady. You and your lesbian friend, get out.
All right, podcast over. Thank you for joining us.
You're being insensitive, Alex.
That's what I would have said. Just like Deadpool, I would have looked at the camera and would have said, "Hey."
All right, the next movie I saw.
What you saw? Two ladies and a baby. Like 2 men and three men and a baby.
3 men and a baby.
3 men and a baby. What you saw?
All right, so and I'll do this quickly. I went back and I decided to rewatch the Terminator franchise.
Oh my god,
the whole franchise.
Yeah, I got to see all 5 films. Yeah, 5.
Oh,
yeah, all.
And listen, I haven't seen Terminator 1 in a very long time. A very long time. Man, that movie holds up. It is such an amazing movie. Put aside some of the special effects because of the time, I get it. But there's character development there. There's a great story.
Incredible story.
Yeah, incredible. It's such the music is moving. Oh my goodness. What an amazing movie. I'm telling you, it is such a good movie. And I haven't seen it in a while. And I've seen Terminator 2 quite a few times. And I've always said, although Terminator 1 it's his first movie I've seen, it's like the first one and it's still dear to my heart. Terminator 2 is a much better movie. But after seeing Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 is still structurally it's a better movie, but it's not that far behind the first one. Anyway, so I saw Terminator 2. I saw the latest one that they released with the updated effects and extra scenes and everything. So that was pretty cool to watch. I really enjoyed that. Terminator 3. Okay. We know about Terminator 3. For some strange reason, I actually like Terminator 3. No, it's not a good movie. I know it's James Cameron's not involved. They wrote it they wrote it off from the franchise and like it doesn't exist. Kind of like Halloween 2.
You have to mention that.
But it's a guilty pleasure. I you know, Terminator 3, it's okay. Terminator Salvation, really quickly. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
Well, it has Alex's boy on there.
I know, man. Christian
This
Bale, your boy.
dude sounded like Batman / Sarah, John Connor. He was like, if anyone's listening to me, it's John Connor, and this is the Resistance. The only good part about Salvation is when they play Guns N' Roses with the motorcycle. Other than that whole movie was trash, man.
Yeah, that movie doesn't hold up. Okay, and then after that, I saw Terminator Genesis again.
That was another weak link.
Man, it's
that's so bad. And you know what? The first beginning of the movie, I thought it was good.
It had potential.
Yeah.
I mean, the special effects is great. I mean, you can't take.
You didn't like how it turned out at the end?
No. It's really bad. And then afterwards, after I finished watching all of them, I found this video on YouTube, really good video that explains the timeline of Terminator, including Genesis, and how because Terminator Genesis it's all over the place in terms of the timeline.
Yeah.
And it talks about how it creates alternate timelines. So I was able to follow a little bit better, and it kind of makes somewhat more sense. But still, though, I'm hoping that James Cameron, now that he's back, Linda Hamilton's back, Schwarzenegger's back. I hope that the next one that they release, it's they make this franchise justice, because I'm a big fan of Terminator. I love the Terminator ride, Terminator 3D at Universal Studios.
Yeah,
and sadly, I just found out that they took it down.
Oh, that sucks. And while I'm going there,
they took it, the last time I saw it, I think it was maybe about 5 years ago. The last time I was at Universal Studios, you can tell it's a little dated, especially with some of the other rides. But the first time I went to Universal Studio, the very first time was 1992 was the first time I went to Universal Studio. That year, that summer, they just opened Terminator 3D. That's so I got to be there the first year it opened up, and it became my favorite ride. It's not really a ride; it's more like a show. But it was my favorite attraction there. And every time I went to Universal Studios, I always made sure that I go see Terminator 3D. And so I'm sad that they closed it, because what they did was for the James Cameron shot 10 minutes of original footage with Schwarzenegger and Eddie Furlong.
Yeah.
He's in it, and they shot like 10 minutes of footage, original footage. So if you never got to see it, I'm sure you can probably find it on YouTube or something. But yeah, it was really cool. So big fan of Terminator franchise. I may go back and watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles, because that was good.
It was good after a while. I still don't understand why they canceled that.
Yeah, but that storyline was really good. So anyway, so that's what I've been watching this week.
Oh, I saw what did I see? I saw Barbershop 3. Yeah. Because I was like, I got Amazon Prime is on Apple TV. I didn't even know it was on Apple TV. So I put it there, and I was like, what's free movies? And I was like, they made another Barbershop, and I put it on. It was okay. It was decent. I was like, it was a third movie. Then I saw Daddy's Home, Part 1.
1 or 2? 1.
Because I was like, I want to see the sequel. So I was like, let me see what the first one's about. It was actually pretty funny. But the only thing is like it's the other guys, but without them being cops. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm not big on Will Ferrell's comedy, because I think all his stuff that he did on Saturday Night Live, he does it all the time in movies. So I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's not very.
It's not original. It's like Kevin Hart.
Right.
Yeah. Kevin Hart is the same in every freaking movie. I can't stand the guy. But and I thought, you know what? It was a decent movie. I laughed in certain parts. It was pretty funny. So I was like, I'm looking forward to part 2. In terms of TV shows, I didn't get to watch none. I was up to the X-Files. I caught up, but it's not a good season. I mean, that's the only thing I gotta say. I'm not even gonna break it down into episodes like everyone does. It's not a good season at all. I still will watch 1 through 5 and then the one movie and then that's it. But other than that, anything else after that, season 10 is garbage, and season 11 is just gonna be garbage too. I don't think I'm gonna revisit. Even when I buy it, it's just gonna stay wrapped. Those stories there, I was interested in watching or rewatching, I should say. Fox dropped the ball on the X-Files. Even if this is Gillian Anderson's final one, I think they will go out with more better stories, but 8 episodes in is not even good. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes behind.
Yeah, you should stay behind. It's not good at all. But yeah, other than that, that's all I've been watching.
I have some news.
Yeah.
I have Walking Dead news.
All right, so we're gonna end the podcast here.
Well, I think I know what you're gonna talk about.
Okay.
What you got?
First of all, The Walking Dead returns this Sunday, right, on AMC, the season 8 continuation, and of course, everybody's anticipating the death of Carl, played by Chandler Riggs. Now, a few months ago, I put out a video on Strange Planet NYC talking about my theory about how Carl may survive the bite because it's the very same spot where he got shot in season 2 of The Walking Dead years back. Because that whole area is all mangled and whatever. So that if you're gonna get bit by a zombie, that would be the spot to get bit. So that way you don't become a zombie. But I finally it's here, and we're gonna find out if I'm right or wrong. Chances are I'm wrong. There's been a lot of evidence pointing to the fact that to the thought that Chandler Riggs is indeed leaving the show. However, there is a new shocking prediction that has come out, and it is the idea that apparently Lauren Cohan, who plays Maggie,
that's the news I read.
Is starring in a pilot of a ABC show, I think, which that implies that she's done with The Walking Dead too.
Yes, she's the. Was that on purpose?
No, I did not. I hit it by mistake. That's why I went. That's why I jumped. I startled. I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" I did not do that on purpose. I just hit it by mistake. I was like, "Wow."
She's playing the lead role.
She's the lead
in that new show.
Yes.
So what are we hearing? That she's gonna die too. That's the only thing that makes sense.
And she's not signed for season 9.
Oh, so then she's dead.
Holy moly!
Yeah, she didn't sign a contract for season 9. She's filming this pilot where she's the lead.
Gone.
So
Chandler Riggs is gone, and if it really comes down to it, Laurie Cohen's gonna be gone.
And she's pregnant. Like, how they gonna?
She might die giving birth. Maybe she'll die giving birth. And the baby will survive.
Like Laurie.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong. You know,
how about she get eaten by a zombie? Might as well go out with a bang. And
don't forget, Morgan, the character Morgan is crossing over to Fear the Walking Dead. So as soon as The Walking Dead ends in April, Fear kicks in, and we're gonna see Morgan in there because Morgan is like leave, and it's there's a time jump. It's been confirmed. There's a time jump. Because Fear the Walking Dead start in Fear, so there's a time jump from the last time we saw the people in that. So now we're catching up. And Morgan, apparently, we're going to see him end the war with Negan with this season. And at the end of the season, apparently, he's going to head out west. He's going to tell Rick, I got to go find myself. And then he's going to go out west, and we're going to see him in Fear, apparently. I don't know how he's going to get there because that's like miles, and there's no public transportation available right now in the zombie apocalypse. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm sure it's going to work out. I'm very excited for it.
I can't get into that. I cannot get into that franchise. And even when you're saying it, no, but like even when you're saying it, I'm just like, that sounds so freaking stupid. Like I'm just like, it's a dumb. Like we're gonna get this character out this show to promote the other show, where it's like, oh, just I don't know. That's why it's losing ratings.
Well, let's see.
Let's just be honest.
Let's see. Well, it could be the beginning of the end. You're right. You might be right. I've thought about it too. But you know what? I was there from the beginning, so I'm gonna go and stay with him all the way to the bitter end. That's my word right there.
Nah, I'm good. I left pretty fast. I was like, I'm out. No, but I don't know. It's I don't know. The Walking Dead is just like, even if she does leave, if she does leave the show, that means she had another opportunity, and I guess if she didn't sign on, that means that she didn't care to continue on with the character.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Everything now with this, everything's so murky. I'll tell you what isn't murky. Here's a real quick Star Wars update. Real quick. They've already started scouting different areas of the world to shoot episode 9. One of those areas is the famous area of Machu Picchu in Peru, where they're the Aztec temples. What are you laughing at? Because you know what I'm talking about? You said
Machu Picchu.
Yeah, Machu Picchu. Yeah.
That's the name of
the Aztec civilization.
Okay.
In Peru.
The Aztec. Yeah. So there's
Montezuma, right?
Huh?
Montezuma. Was that Aztec or that's
I think that's something else.
No.
Oh no, Montezuma. Yes,
yeah,
that is. Yes.
That is the Aztec.
And
I'm thinking the Incas is Mexico.
Right. So the idea is that they're scouting that area for episode 9. So we're gonna probably see that area. It's probably gonna imply maybe an ancient Jedi temple or something. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm very excited when I heard that. I was like, cool, that's nice. I like that.
Or it could be the Sith temple.
Or it could be a Sith temple. It's absolutely. Why not? So let's find
it'll be
out.
better if it's a Sith, because the Jedi they have the books already. So that would be awesome that Kylo's going on a search for the relic of the Sith.
Oh, he's gonna be like Morgan. I'm gonna go find myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna find my grandfather. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you guys got any final notes before we end?
I think
one more final note. One more between 2018 news. Actually, Alex, it was you who told me this, so I'll give you the credit for it. Lee Curtis finished filming her parts for Halloween 2018.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she announced it already. She's done film. She's done rapping. So a lot of people think she's only in flashbacks.
So let's see what happens. Well, I don't know about flashbacks.
Unless she gets killed. Like, blah!
Well, it's possible. Who knows, right?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, if she finished rapping and the movie's not done rapping, that means she gets killed.
This is going to be a very unique Halloween movie. It's going to be very different from any of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah. What happened, Pablo?
Why would she announce that if they're still filming? That's because that's what everyone's going to speculate.
Yeah, that she died. That's the only thing that I could think of. She did flashbacks, or she's not in the whole movie saying, I'm going to go home, I'm going to leave, and then her brother comes back. Like, I'm going away for the weekend, like Christmas with the Cranks.
But, honey, it wasn't the idea that after that the whole brother sister isn't even not existing anymore because they went out with how it was first revealed.
Yeah, they're not technically brother and sister in this movie. So technically,
what the hell is the point?
We don't know until next year.
Then why did Michael Myers have such kind of fixation on a woman he doesn't even know?
Maybe she looks hot. She turned him down in the prom. And he was like,
but she was in prom night.
Yeah, she was in prom night. She was. Maybe she was one of the dudes that she turned him down. And he was like, I'm gonna get you. Ding 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 ding. No, but yeah, so all right, so we're gonna end it here. Ralph, plug in your Strange Planet NYC.
Yeah, Strange Planet NYC, ladies and gents. Every once a week I post a video of a review of a movie or a TV series or a theory or a collectible. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. This is a Jedi holocron by Saberforge. Actually, they call it a Datacron for copyright purposes, but stuff like that. I show off stuff. But for the most part, I review movies and stuff like that. So check it out on YouTube and Strange Planet NYC. Type it in the search engine. You'll find me there. I'll see you there.
Pablo.
You can find me on Twitter at PJ Rake. Just follow me there for all of my shenanigans.
Also, we got new videos coming out this week. We have Rich Malo from Grabo Entertainment. He came in and did an interview with us. We'll have that video up by Friday. Wait, no, what's today? Thursday? Wednesday. Okay, yeah.
Wednesday.
By Friday. Then we have a music video that we shot. It's going to be a reaction video of music videos that we saw, which is going to be pretty funny that we did. Those are short. It's not 45 minutes. It's a short 3-minute, 4-minute.
It's not like
videos.
the Jaws 3D one.
No, these are short. I still want to do a movie one, thinking about it, because those are funny. But other than that, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy everyone in the chat room. Thank you for coming in, and later.